Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News at 6 starts now.
Criminal charges against a teacher are dropped in the drowning of a student at Mumford High School as a judge makes it clear who he thinks is to blame.
Bill Cosby walks out of jail and goes back home after his sexual assault conviction is suddenly overturned.
And a heartbroken mother wants answers about where her little daughter is buried. And now there's a major lawsuit against a cemetery for misplacing the remains. That story tops our news at 6. The scene at Gethsemane Cemetery in Detroit earlier this month was painful to watch.
Sure was. Grieving family members tearfully looking on as cemetery staff dug up graves looking for misplaced bodies. Well, tonight this cemetery search has led to a massive lawsuit from a heartbroken mother. Our Rod Maloney live after speaking with her. Rod, she's wanting to know where her 2-year-old's body rests now.
That's right, and this is the filing. It came out today, and Tanya Sanders is asking for the city and the cemetery to return her daughter's body. But her attorney, well, he's asking for a whole lot more, like $20 million for pain and suffering.
It's very difficult.
July 2002, Sky 4 was there, and a Local 4 camera on the ground captured that gut-wrenching, highly emotional tragedy. Tanya Sanders carried her 2-year-old daughter, Kiera Renee, in one arm, had the hand of another child in her other hand, walking down Cascade in Detroit when a car jumped the curb, hitting all three. Kiera died instantly from a skull fracture.
I got hit too, but I'll survive.
At least 3 times a year for a generation now, Tanya says she visited Kiera's grave at Gethsemane. Here is her cemetery plot document to show where Kiera's body is supposed to be. As part of that equally emotional cemetery dig overseen by Detroit police in June, Tanya tells Local 4 she asked the cemetery staff to look for Kiera.
He dug, he called me back 3 days later and told me, Miss Sanders, I can't find your daughter.
Tanya had left balloons on that grave during her last visit. Now she believes someone's moved Kiera's body.
That was not cool, and I don't appreciate it, and I'm very angry.
Tanya's attorney, Michael Fortner, calls this situation torture.
This level of negligence, I can't think of nothing worse for a mother to have to go through and have to grieve twice.
I want her found and reburied where she was at so I could continue to go visit her.
Well, the city of Detroit is out with this statement this afternoon, quote, "Without all of the facts immediately available, we cannot comment specifically on this pending lawsuit. However, after receiving multiple complaints about the previous management company at Gethsemane, we went to extraordinary measures to make sure every family with a concern knew for certain the location of their loved ones. While we have no record of a complaint from the Sanders family, we expect to produce the same outcome for them." Reporting live, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
So tough. All right, Rod.
All right, let's turn our attention to the weather because Ben is tracking some flooding on the east side.
Yeah, guys, this is the story of the last several days. It's a very small area of real estate, but you can see that flash flood warning in effect for the northeast corner of Wayne County, and that's until 8:30 p.m. The storm that prompted this has left the area, but there's a little bit more rain trying to get going. And you can see just within that last hour plus, over 1 inch of rainfall has come down. We're getting reports right now right along 94 near Connor and also along 94. It says overpasses. I'm assuming that should mean underpasses there on the east side, that there is flooding on both the east and westbound lanes of 94. Again, that's near Connor on the east side. So we'll continue to monitor that. Most of us are going to stay dry, but there is a chance that we still could be seeing slow-moving thunderstorms for the rest of the night. We'll talk more about that in a few minutes, guys.
We continue to follow breaking news from Pennsylvania, where Bill Cosby has been released from prison. The 83-year-old comedian returned home today after the state's Supreme Court overturned his conviction for sexual assault. The High Court found an agreement with a previous prosecutor prevented him from being charged in the case. Cosby served 3 years of a 10-year sentence for drugging and sexually assaulting Andrea Constan at his home 14 years ago. The court ruled that Cosby's due process rights were violated. Cosby made an appearance for the cameras outside his home, but only his attorneys spoke.
We always believed fully that he never should have been prosecuted because there was an agreement made. He relied on that agreement, and you can't have a system where prosecutors don't hold up to their word.
The original decision by the first prosecutor, who decided to let him go scot-free and a simple promise that he would not be prosecuted, is really deeply disturbing. I mean, it would have been one thing if Bill Cosby took a plea bargain and served some time, because, again, dozens and dozens of women have accused him.
The Pennsylvania Supreme Court's ruling says Cosby cannot be put on trial for these charges again. NBC News has spoken with multiple women over the years who have accused Cosby of inappropriate conduct. Coming up on NBC Nightly News, we'll hear some of their reactions to this development and look into the legality behind Cosby's release. That's ahead at 6:30 on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
When Mumford High School student Deshaun Blanding drowned last year during a swimming class, investigators placed blame on the teacher who was supposed to be supervising. Well, now the case against that teacher is not moving forward. Local 4 defender Sean Lay live with more on why. And Sean, the judge, is pointing a finger at the school district.
He absolutely is. First and foremost, Judge King putting this, laying out this ruling early this morning. I called the family attorney. The attorney was speechless. Deshaun's mother has nothing to say about the ruling, but Judge King explained it this way. The bar here was set at gross negligence, and he said prosecutors failed to meet that bar.
These cases just get sadder and sadder.
36th District Court Judge Kenneth King detailing the tragic death of Deshaun Blanding back in February of 2020. Deshaun was only 15 when he was found at the bottom of the Mumford High School pool during a swim class packed with students being led by teacher Kareem Sigler. Prosecutors say Sigler was distracted in another room when Deshaun was drowning. In a bombshell moment this morning, Judge King dropped the charges against the teacher, saying prosecutors did not show enough evidence to move the case forward. King says the negligent party here, the Detroit Public Schools Community District.
If there's anyone to really be blamed here, I think the Detroit Public Schools are at fault. Anytime that you have a single teacher in a swim class in charge with over 30 students in a class, that in and of itself is reckless.
When Deshaun drowned, his family was devastating, asking how could Sigler or any of the students not see that he was under the water?
This cannot be happening.
But I think it is a terrible idea to have any teacher teaching any class to have over 30 students, but particularly in a swim class.
We asked them about Judge King's comments. Their statement today: we continue to mourn the loss of Deshaun Blanding. The school district swiftly investigated Deshaun's passing, and upon determining that the subject employee violated district policy, the employee was terminated. In a wholly separate process, the justice system has determined that the employee's actions did not rise to a criminal level. We make no comment on that finding, except that we will forever remember Deshaun. Prosecutor's office tells me tonight they will appeal this ruling. We're live tonight downtown. Sean Lay, Local 4.
Okay, Sean.
In today's coronavirus headlines, University of Michigan athletes will have to be fully vaccinated against coronavirus. The Detroit News reports the university sent an email to athletes telling them they must be vaccinated by August 1st. In today's numbers, the state reports 195 new cases and 4 additional deaths today. The state vaccination rate is up to 61.8%. Viewers still have many questions about the vaccines and recent guideline changes. Our Dr. Frank McGeorge is back to answer more of your questions submitted through clickondetroit.com, starting with a concern about being vaccinated. Doc?
Yeah, Kim. So a viewer is wondering, should you get the COVID vaccination if you don't have a spleen? Is that safe for you? The COVID vaccines are recommended for people without a spleen. There is no safety concern. What we don't know, though, is whether they have the same level of effectiveness if you don't have a spleen. Now, here are some more of your questions. Amelia asks, I read that the J&J vaccine is less effective against the new Delta variant. I got the J&J vaccine on March 15th. Would you suggest looking at getting a Pfizer dose for added protection? Amelia, based on some recently published data, the Pfizer vaccine has about a 33% efficacy after one dose and 83% efficacy after the second dose against the Delta variant. Now, so far, there hasn't been a study specifically looking at the J&J vaccine against the Delta variant, but we expect it would be somewhere around 60% effective. While there is information suggesting that a dose of a different vaccine might enhance protection, it's too early to generalize that into a broad recommendation. If you are at high risk because of age or an immune-compromised condition, you should talk with your doctor. Now, another viewer is wondering, should children wear masks if outside together? Example, swim club, camps, etc. I would say masks are not necessary in that situation outside. Right now, the overall risk of COVID transmission is low, especially outdoors. Sheila asks, of the most recent deaths, are any of them fully vaccinated or are they all unvaccinated? The last time the state gave data on breakthrough cases, there were 189 deaths in vaccinated people, with 171 of them in people 65 or older. To put that in context, that was out of more than 4.4 million fully vaccinated people at the same point in time. So 0.004% of fully vaccinated people died of COVID.
Now, finally, a viewer wants to know, if I have MS, multiple sclerosis, should I get the vaccine shots? The answer is yes. There is every reason to believe the vaccine would be of benefit, and there is no known risk surrounding MS. Back to you.
Very, very important and good questions to ask, as always. We appreciate it, Dr. McGeorge.
All right, still ahead here at 6, accidents waiting to happen.
We'll show you the updated list of the most dangerous intersections in Metro Detroit. Here's Hank.
Dana Nessel made history, becoming Michigan's first gay attorney general elected here in the state. And tonight, she has an important message for all of you as we celebrate Pride Month.